try to make me feel embarrassed. Their attempts have been in vain, but they tell me I'm the one with problems. They're the ones who are insane, so for those who want but won't admit it, you shouldn't feel like that, cause you could be 20% cooler and 10 seconds slower. Shout it out. I'm proud to be a brony. Yeah, yeah. I'm proud to be a brony.
Hello mares and gentle colts, my fellow bronies. Welcome to I'm Brony and I'm Proud. I've got Hayley Bugden with me.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing alright.
Excellent. So, how did you become a brony?
Actually, my boyfriend was watching the show before I did, and it was a little bit strange at first because it was during a time a couple of years back. He actually brought it up during a group conversation with my online gaming group, and everyone sort of had the same sort of reaction where it's all like, wait, whoa. You watch My Little Pony? That show is like years old. And he's like, no, they've redone a new series and it's amazing and awesome and you gotta see this. And I'm all like, all right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. He gave me a link and I started watching episodes and I realized he was actually right. It was a pretty awesome show and it was nothing like this Generation 3 stuff that my little sisters were watching at the time. I felt really on board with joining up with the bronies that were just becoming really big online.
So Hayley, tell us more about you. What else makes up Hayley Bugden apart from being an awesome brony?
Apart from being an awesome brony, I have a family probably bigger than the Apple family combined. I have a wonderful pet dog named Saber, who is about to turn 1 year old actually. I live with my little brother Trent, and I live in Brisbane. There's not really much more to it.
There must be more to it. So, are you studying? Are you working? Are you both? Tell me more about that.
I work in a liquor store. For a while, actually, between close brony friends, we used to say that I was the berry punch of the group. If you were to open my fridge or my cupboards, you would find bottles upon bottles upon bottles of wine and alcohol. I don't even drink that much.
My next question is, how did it get there?
Most of it is like small temptations of, oh, this is on special and I'm trying it, and then it just gets put away. And
So, before your liquor time, before you entered the liquor industry,
the time before that, I just, in my typical, like everyone's first job is normally something in fast food or basic retail. I worked at KFC, so sorry, Scootaloo.
Oh, good one. Go on.
And I pretty much just worked my way up to management, where I kind of sat there at the end of the day and realized I've been doing this for a long time and I really couldn't care about fried chicken anymore. So I kind of walked out and walked into an industry that actually paid better.
There we go. Good old-fashioned capitalism. You gotta love it.
The perks aren't that bad either.
Awesome. So clearly you watch the show and love the show. Are you the kind of brony that goes to conventions?
I am indeed, actually. I've been to at least PonyCon Melbourne, and I went to SalvageCon.
SalvageCon, now that is a name I know from Paul Hoxener. Tell me more about that.
It was a really interesting day. I was not on the books as being a volunteer, but I was working very closely with Paul and Brilliant and Graphite Sketch, Fear Decaz, Kerry Ann Target. I'm kind of on the board, but my name isn't on the board. I am an invisible, and I am so invisible that I'm in the background of the ABC 7:30 segment. I'm actually seen in the background or just to the side.
Are you telling me you are the derpy of SalvageCon?
Quite possibly I am the background pony of conventions, or even just the group in general. But I spent most of SalvageCon actually looking after Paul's daughter, Chloe, and that's the reason why I'm in the background of so many scenes, because Chloe was always just off camera or just in the background.
SalvageCon was a success, like the name suggests. It warmed the hearts of a lot of bronies, especially with Ashley Ball. I'm not going to forget when she did her quick demo for the 7:30 report. It's like, yeah, I'm Apple Dash. And it's like, oh yeah, did I say Apple Dash? My goodness. I mean, they are quite alike, aren't they? In terms of confidence.
In the show, they've actually been pitted against each other numerous times.
So are you looking forward to season 5?
Not sure exactly in which direction they're going to take it. Actually started to diverge a little bit in season 4, where some of them had their own specific episodes. You can see that they're slowly making progress towards realizing that it's all about individual discovery and self-discovery.
You bring up a very important point about human beings, children and adults alike. I'm not sure about you, but I feel like, as a filmmaker going on over 10 years, I'm still on that path of individual discovery. You've been, in retail and fast food and now in liquor, where do you see yourself going? Or, What are your predictions for where you see yourself going?
I don't really have any plans for where I'm going. I'm pretty happy with how things are at the moment. I have small, personal goals, which I'd hope to achieve, hopefully within maybe the next couple of years. But professionally, I couldn't really care less. As long as I'm happy and obviously earning the roof over my head and having enough food on the table, that's really all I need in life.
Are you willing to divulge your personal goals?
Really just family involved. I'm the second oldest of 14 children. As I said, my family is as big as the Apple family. My youngest sister is actually young enough to be my own daughter, which is very strange and almost trippy and surrealistic. One day I hope to kind of have my own little family.
Oh, that's very sweet.
And hopefully have a daughter as cool as Chloe.
I kind of predict that I might have 3 daughters. I come from a family of 3 boys, so although, they always, their fear is, that the male dictates the sex or, I don't know, but...
Technically it is true, but how it actually is determined is completely random.
Yay, science. Breeding a family of bronies. There goes the planet.
I already got 4 bronies in the family apart from myself. Promised them to make them dresses so that they can go to PonyCon in Surface Paradise, and it's going to be a big thing, and I don't even know how I'm going to get them there.
How many are in your family?
I have 6 brothers, 7 sisters, and my mom and my dad.
Holy cow.
And that's not including any cousins and aunts and uncles, and oh gosh, it just goes on.
That's really cool. I mean, for me, it's just, I'm first generation Australian, so it's just my mum and my dad and my brothers. Because I was born in Australia, so no pressure to, build some kind of legacy.
I'm pretty sure my family do not need to continue populating Australia.
It's funny you say that because my mum told me at the time in the 80s, government would say, have one for you, have one for your dad, and have one for the country. Your family's done that many times over
We just
already.
need to change our last name to Apple and go start an apple orchard somewhere.
You got a Twitter handle?
No, I don't understand Twitter that much, so I kept away from it.
I myself have contacted the main 6 and Peter New. Big Macintosh.
He loved Australia so much. I got to speak to him a little bit while he was down here, and the Golden Gay Time was the icing on the cake.
I gotta hear this. Talk to me about this story.
With the person who originally created the idea, he's decided to make it a tradition with all the voice actors that come to Australia. So he did this with Ashley Ball, he did this with Peter New, he did this with Pinkie Pie's voice actor.
Andrea Libman.
But pretty much he walked up to the counter and he's all like, oh, you're in Australia now, so you have to sample some of our cuisine. So they gave him Vegemite, which is typically Australian. They gave them some Tim Tams to wash the taste out of their mouth. And then they said, you want to have a Golden Gay Time with me? And they're like, what? And he brings up the Golden Gay Time ice creams and gives them one each. So then he got to say that he had a gay time with the voice actors. There was actually a recording with Ashley Ball when Brandon gave her the gay time, and she said that unfortunately she couldn't have dairy. So she handed it to someone else, so someone got Ashley's gay time. I've actually spoken to Americans about the Golden Gay Time, and they're all like, I really need to know about this. Is this thing legit? Is this real? I'm actually putting together something for PonyCon AU for a lot of my friends. I've been very closely adopted by the Bronies of New South Wales because for some reason I can't seem to find the Queensland Bronies anywhere. And I'm actually trying to put up a sort of like a travel guide for them of what to see when they're up here and what's in the area and having maps and links and all this stuff. I've got everything pretty much ready to go. I just want to make it look pretty.
I'm new to Brisbane, so that would help me immensely.
It's actually about 2 blocks away from the centre of Surface Paradise where you can find just about everything. The Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum is there. They've got pretty much the most awesome arcade in Queensland there in their big shopping centre area. They've got a place called an Infinity, which is like a mirror maze, strobe lights and laser lights going everywhere. They've got a haunted house a block away from PonyCon, and it's about 2 blocks from the beach.
Listeners, I just blanked out for a second. Okay, this is so cool. I'm so glad I got my VIP pass.
There is a lot to see, and there's a bus pretty much straight from outside the hotel, I believe. If I've got my information correct, they'll take you straight to the theme parks.
I've been to Movie World twice already, so I fulfilled a childhood dream twice. Green Lantern for me is the scariest because it's slightly slower. It messes with all your senses, I reckon. The most fun I had was on Arkham Asylum, formerly the Lift for Weapon ride. That's a thrill seeker. I've been on the Superman, which is really fast.
They shoot you out of a cannon.
And it's over very quickly.
Yeah, he can pretty much fly at the speed of light. What would you expect?
What's your favorite ride or scariest ride at Movie World?
The Batman ride is still one of my favorites. It's changed a little bit over the years to update with the movies and to update with the stories. And it's changed a little bit, but I still love it. It's an old favorite.
Really? The space shot?
That's a new one. There's actually a ride where they like sort of sit you in like a little cart in a room.
Well, there's a Hall of Justice there now, and it's basically you get into a cart and you have lasers. It's like a laser game.
They used to have a like a movie experience tour where you got to go into like actual areas, like actual filming studios, and you'd sit there and they got people to make sound effects and to get into, say, like a fake airplane that they'd used for filming.
Interesting.
Again, was years and years ago. Whether or not they still do the same experience is...
If you by any chance want to go again, they've got the special VIP passes now. It's like $100 or something, and I got one.
That was a tip. If you're going to go to more than one of the theme parks, that's worth a look into.
PonyCon AU.
See Pony's Paradise. I unfortunately thought of a name after it ended, so I was sitting there going, how I would have done. No one would get it. It's a horse racing pun.
For Melbourne, a much easier play on words.
Brisbane itself would have been an easier play on words because I believe the organisers arranged for all the major cities was it was going to be Brisbane.
Hail Applejack. Hail the apples. Hail the Bugden family.
We haven't got our orchard yet.
Awesome. Hayley, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for joining me on I'm Brony and I'm Proud.
No worries. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks again. Bye.
Bye.
This has been I'm Brony and I'm Proud. Lucky Knight speaking. Thanks for listening. Remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at IBAIPshow. Proud to be a Brony. Intro and outro by Black Griffin. My Little Pony, friendship is magic.
My little pony. I used to wonder what friendship could be. My little pony.